How to help older children past 7 years to have love for the deen? I'm not sure why you waited until after 7 years, because the deen is supposed to be encouraged from a younger age. Okay, maybe we didn't do that and now we want to do that. And I'm not saying that that's what this question is about. The question could just be that after 7 it might get a bit more complicated, after 10 it gets even a bit more complicated. I think ultimately it depends on the environment of the house, but there has to be a balance in this environment of the house. Some people are so strict that they're overly strict, and what that does is it's done in a very dry way. It's done in an overly strict and a dry way, so there's no fun. And there's actually a lot of fun in Islam, but they don't know how to do that because they're too dry. Okay? So what happens is that the children get put off because they're going to school, they're seeing other people, they're seeing sometimes other religious families who are having fun. Right? And again, I'm not saying, they may be having fun, there could be another reason, but I'm just saying sometimes it's because of this. So the main thing is that we need to learn how to have halal fun, and also because children need that. They're going to see so many other people, there's social media, they see so many other things outside. So that's why it's very important to strike that balance. That's why don't just say no to everything. There has to be an opening for good things to happen, for family holidays, trips, other things that you do, halal entertainment and so on, right? That way you can get that, you can help. Now, another thing that usually happens is that sometimes if you're the only family within your cousins, within your extended relatives, the only ones who are trying to be righteous and trying to do a good job with your children, that sometimes is the most difficult, because when they see their cousins who are closest to you, they are not doing the same thing. So what happens then is that they have a massive psychological issue with that. That's why it's very important, if you want to be successful, especially when children get older, and the more older they get, especially when it gets to the teenage years. I mean, this question is only about 7 years yet. That's still easy compared to the teenage years, ya Allah. It gets even more complicated. I think what really, really helps is for you to have a relationship with other similar families. Even if they're not your cousins, find other similar religious families and make sure that your children get to interact. When a 10-year-old, 11, 12, 14, 15-year-old girl sees other girls who are also, mashallah, wearing hijab and trying to do their best and so on, that is going to reinforce them. Otherwise, if they see everybody else doing something other than what their parents are teaching them, it's very difficult to win that competition. Parents may probably have a 30 to 40% influence on their children. 50, 60% comes from elsewhere. If you're lucky that you have a good education system, madrasa, whatever, that also that also contributes to that, it may get to 60%, 65%. If you have other families that support that and they do the same thing, then you may make it to 70, 80%, and then the 20% negative can be, inshallah, overwhelmed. So think of it like that. As a single family is very difficult to have the 100% influence. It may be possible in some miraculous minor cases, but otherwise you need support. You need to get additional support in the environment from others.
With the Rayan Courses subscription, you'll gain immediate access to over 250 hours of exclusive video lessons taught by experienced scholars. Sign up now at rayancourses.com to continue your journey. Your next lesson is waiting.